everybody. Captain Melkovitz, Criminal Investigations Division. On January 10, 2025, at approximately 7:11 a.m., Allentown City employee LaTarsha Brown arrived at her office on the third floor of City Hall. At approximately 7:38 a.m., Ms. Brown notified the Allentown Police Department that she discovered what she believed to be a noose on her desk upon arriving at work. Officers assigned to the Community Outreach Unit, Crime Scene Identification Unit, and Criminal Investigations Unit responded, initiating a criminal investigation to identify the individual responsible for placing the noose on Ms. Brown's desk. During the investigation, video surveillance and building access control records were reviewed to identify city employees present on the third floor of City Hall between the time Ms. Brown left for work on the afternoon of January 9, 2025, and her arrival on the morning of January 10th. Those employees were interviewed. Each was asked if they would provide a buccal swab for DNA testing if needed. Every employee agreed, except for Ms. Brown. Initially cooperative, Ms. Brown later requested that the investigation be discontinued. The noose was submitted to the Pennsylvania State Police Crime Lab for DNA testing on January 14, 2025. On January 24, 2025, a search warrant was approved by the Lehigh County District Attorney's Office for Ms. Brown's DNA, and a DNA sample was obtained that same day. On January 27, 2025, Ms. Brown's buccal swab was submitted to the Bethlehem Regional Crime Lab of the Pennsylvania State Police for comparison with DNA profiles recovered from the noose. On March 10, 2025, the Forensic DNA Division of the Pennsylvania State Police issued a written report indicating that Ms. Brown's DNA matched the DNA profile obtained from the swabs of both the outer surface and inner knotted portion of the noose after it was taken apart.
So, KJ, I want to go to you first, right? Why are we seeing more and more of these staged hate crimes, and why are they always treated as real until proven otherwise?
This whole idea of race and, white people hate black people are oppressed. We are living in a very racialized society, a racist society. This is what the left continues to push. And so when these race hoaxes come up, they're happy. They're like, oh, yes, we got one. Now we can really push this on all the mainstream media. Oh, because what they're saying isn't true. It's not true. The data doesn't support it. But if they get something like this, then they can milk that cow all day long. And this is exactly what they did. And I hope LaTarsha Brown I hope she goes down in history for this. Because did you guys see all the media, and they had black people out there protesting when this first came out? They were, oh, this is wrong, and we got to get them, and this is a racist nation, and it was a lie. It was a lie. And I laughed so hard at this. I laughed so hard when the man said, he said, and we asked her for a DNA sample, and she said no. Everybody gave the DNA sample except for LaTarsha Brown.
LaTarsha. Poor LaTarsha. Shout out to Tijuana border jumper Jesse Small Loser 2.0. Go ahead and get that up for the $5 super chat. Man, I think he's trying to reach a donation goal tonight. What do you say, guys? I think I don't know if he has a self-proclaimed goal on what he's trying to get, but hey, we love it here. Rico Wright, $2 super chat. The poor man's Todd Bridges is 100% right. And he's talking about Westmore. But man, all right. What? Going back to what? Nah. All right. So what, Shelly, what does this say about the current cultural environment where victimhood is seen as currency?
Yeah. It says a couple of things to me. Number one, that the media proliferates it. Number one, and once it goes around the world, that lie, or the lie, if you will go around long before the facts come out. So the facts kind of have to catch up to the lie. That's number one. So the media is a part of the, I guess, a culprit, if you will, part of it. Number one. Number two, I think it was Wilford Riley. His book, Hate Crime Hoaxes, something like that. I think I may have the title wrong, but in his book, he talked about a lot of these hate crimes, at least up to that point, where he researched in less than a third of about 350 So less than 100, or give or take 100 or so, were the only ones that were true. So more than 2/3 were not, right? So that's just the hoax. That's just kind of like the average, if you will. So that's number two. Number three, one of the key things that I see when I hear these things, one of the things that I kind of always take the skeptic side, because there seems to always be, it's a black person in a noose. Some kind of way, it's a black person in the noose, right? And I'm thinking, number one, if once it comes out that they are lying, if it's so much racism in America, why do you have to create these hoaxes? I mean, because if it's as much racism as you claim it is, then it's going to be just falling on you. You don't have to go out and put a noose on your desk or hang it from a tree. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. So these are some of the key things that I see when I hear these things. Again, like in the law, you're innocent until proven guilty. This is just the opposite. I say these people are guilty until proven innocent, because 9 times out of 10, they have created this situation themselves.
Agreed.
So, Nicole, has the left made identity politics so powerful now that the people are manufacturing oppression to feel relevant?
You know, people have been manufacturing rage and oppression for a very long time because it's lucrative, right? She goes out to Home Depot, buys herself some heavy rope, and stages this whole thing. And she's not going to be charged with a hate crime, although Ronette from the chat is correct. She should be charged with a hate crime. She's not going to have to pay back all the money the state of Pennsylvania has invested in doing swabs for everybody, DNA testing, extra security. She's not paying any of that. She'll get the slap on the wrist. We'll make fun of her a couple weeks on the internet, and then she goes right back on to her LaTarsha, I hope I'm saying that right, her happy life, right? The problem that we're going to have is, if we don't stop as a race, if we don't stop this, we'll be the boy who cried wolf. So when it really does happen, when something really does happen, no one's going to believe us, because this whole hoax of systematic racism in the prove it, I'm going to stage a hate crime myself, is foolishness. It's abject foolishness.
So, Tyrone, let me get you real quick. These a couple of questions from left field. Number one, if you saw this resume, are you putting it in the trash or the bottom of the pile? And two, what is the emotional attachment with black people in the noose?
Well, to answer your first question, no, I would invite LaTarsha in for an interview. But when I see the weave, now that's going to give me pause. Okay. In fact, I think that we should probably have some kind of congressional hearings, because I believe that something's in that weave, man. And maybe they make the eyelashes out of the same thing, and it's seeping into the nervous system of some of these people, man. So we got to look seriously at that. And so what was your second question?
What is black people's emotional attachment to anytime there's a noose involved, we can go rally cry. Like, what is the emotional attachment to the noose?
Hey, you got me. And you remember, because Jussie, he tied a
Jussie, what was the racer name? What was the racer's name?
Yeah,
Buddy?
Oh, right.
Oh, the guy from NASCAR. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
I guess
Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace.
Wallace.
With a name like Bubba Wallace, you're doing this kind of stuff. I guess that they believe it's a highly recognized symbol. You know, Kunta Kinte got his foot cut off with an axe, right? So if you put an axe on the desk, not many people are aware of that reference, you know. So you gotta shoot for the fences, go for the noose.
Gotta go real high.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hear a noose, it makes you think about hanging. You know, hanging
Lynching.
from a tree.
Absolutely.
You know,
Lynching. It's a visceral thing.
Right.
You think about it. Okay, we've come so far as a nation, right? We've done all of these things to try to level the playing field, to work harder than everybody, show our worth, prove that as a nation we've grown up from those baby days. And here some jackass is dropping a noose on this girl's desk, and it's LaTarsha Brown. She's out here just minding her business, getting her weave done, right, Ty? Getting her lashes on. And come to find out, the only person in the building who's unwilling to take the DNA test was her.
Yeah.
That's her. I mean, it's going to start becoming like, if someone claims a hate crime, It'll be like when a woman is found dead, they always think it's the husband. Or if, a husband's found dead, they always think it's the wife. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be subject or suspect number one until proven otherwise, like Shelley said.
Can you imagine if this was done to you? We would feel like, damn, I can't even report this. I can't even say anything about it because it's such a trope now.
Yeah, it is becoming a trope now.